So the other day we were checking with the horn. Oh, we got this whole apart again. It's so easy to steal one of these things. It's really, I'm just right here and you can pop the cylinder out and start it. But check out the rust underneath here again. That's just leaving your windows open and shit. And all this garbage is down here again. I don't know how they do it, man, with the goddamn filth. But what basically happened, this whole ring is corroded over here again. This with like dirt and shit. See that ring right there? So that's what's probably preventing this thing when it turns this way. It's really bad on this side. So I'm gonna have to clean that up. And I have a new ignition cylinder because they wore the F out of this thing. You can probably almost turn it like that. And I got a new boot, which I might put on. You just gotta take the shifter out, and I gotta find that tow haul little wire. It goes somewhere over here and I could disconnect it. This freaking red shit. It goes somewhere and somewhere and somewhere else, and there's a connector. It's to go to the body control module. I don't know. He fixed his horn. All I had to do is clean this contact, and every time I test this thing, someone looks up, or a dog has to bark around here. It's really effing annoying. But yeah, this ring was just, see what I've basically been doing. I use contact cleaner, I hold this under it, and I'm just hosing the shit out of it. And you look at the funk that's coming off of that ring. It's all like corrosion and stuff. Just using contact cleaner, you get it at Walmart. And I've been also using a rag on a screwdriver. Because this, you see this little piece in here? This might be part of the clock spring, but you see that, this piece right here? Hold on. You see this big black plastic piece? That's what's actually going in those horn contacts I was screwing with yesterday. That's where it terminates. And then the other side of the ring is right here. It's just like an old Saginaw column when they had that little piece in the middle that used to also, it was a horn ring, and also used to cancel your signals. Same deal. So this contact will get all shitty as well, which the second time now it has been, because they leave everything open and it gets wet. And look at the rust behind here, and it looks like a freaking hamster owns this thing. Look at this shit. My vehicles never gets that bad. Never gets that bad. This thing, I don't know. They leave your windows open. That's number one. You won't get dust in your interior. Just stupid. But there's that. Let me go change the shift boot now, because we have a new one. If I can trace that wire. If not, I'm not effing with it. They just put rubber bands around it and they wreck it again. That's your shifter right there. Linkage. It also goes bad on these when the cable snaps. That's the other side of the cable. So yeah, these things are very simple to work on. I thought they used to be like challenging and stuff, but really not. Really not at all. It's just kind of like, almost looks the same when I was checking with Toyotas back in the day, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I was just a kid. Very simple. Oh, there's the other end of it right there. The tow hole thing. You see it? So if I fish that all the way up, we got to break that connector. And that whole shifter will come up with the wire, and it's just the Torx. And you get the shifter out with the wire. Then you put the boot on, and then you put it back together. So we might change it because we have it. Yeah, this should work now. Wow. For like about a year, and then it's gonna wreck it again. See that? My vehicle is not like that. I don't even feel like cleaning this thing. I'm just gonna leave the filth exactly how it was. Ah, man. My column covers, well, not my column covers, but these things are only good for a couple uses, and the steak's starting to go bad on it. So I gotta like plastic weld that somehow. Damn, they want like $60 for these things. What a rip. Should get some from the junkyard. I think all the Trailblazer stuff is the same as these. The wheel, the column, Chevy Trailblazer. It's like identical, so I should just go for one of those. And that's your turn signal switch. I was thinking this contact was bad because this is actually part of your turn signal switch. If you get a new turn signal switch, you get a new little brass piece over here that contacts the horn. So I guess actually if you disconnect this right here, or one of these things, your horn will not work. It's part of this circuit. So that's another weird thing. Just looking at it again, I'm not consulting any manuals or anything. But yeah, look at the shit that came out of that thing. It's disgusting, man. Again, you don't, if you leave your windows up, you don't let your vehicle get trashed like they do. People I'm related to, by the way, like really related to. Yeah, this shit won't happen. I've been dealing with this all my life. This freaking just nastiness and just stupid shit that will be totally preventable, but they wreck it. I'm just glad I learned how to fix it, and that's how I got good at fixing things, because the people I'm related to just totally trash everything, and I didn't want to trash my shit. I said, this is wrong, let's try to fix it, and I got good at fixing things. That's my life story in 2 seconds. But yeah, check that ring, and check the other video. It's either going to be one or the other thing. And just keep on cleaning this. At first it wasn't working, but this thing was just so nasty. And where's like some of the black that was coming off? You know, stuff over here, stuff over there. You could dump it on the floor because the floor is black too. Trash truck, it's sad. Alright, let me go try to change that boot. I gotta find my parts. Should really change this thing too. All you gotta do is just poke it. Is it on the top or the bottom? Oh, right here on the top. You see a little hole? And you can get the whole cylinder out. I can rebuild it. I get a new one. I'll go ask them, see if they want to do it later. The worst comes to worst, we got to start with a screwdriver if they go out. No big deal. And then so many people see this shit and they go, oh wow, you're very lucky to have a son that does all this shit for you. And then the next minute they're all yelling at me, going fucking nuts over nothing. It's just, it's ridiculous, man. You don't know any of the story. Family life, fun. Alright, let's go clean this thing. I just tried to fix it because I had to use this thing. My truck was broken, and well, my truck really wasn't broken, but kind of. And then the problems this thing has is just unbelievable. Like, something has to be done, because they'll never do it. Dog's gonna bark again. Oh, it works. See, we still got a couple little spots that, well, I did just spray contact cleaner on it. We still got a couple little spots that need cleaning. Let me go around one more time. I'm gonna call it perfect. I should use deoxid. I have some of that. It's probably better than this stuff. But as you see, it does seem to be cleaning the corrosion off by the runoff. Put a little rag between here and hold it with a screwdriver, and I turn the wheel, and there's still so much black falling off. Well, you gotta hold it with that. You know, hold this. You need 2 hands, and then just rock it. Well, it's wet with contact cleaner, and you'll eventually get it all. Yeah, it's probably easier jacking the truck up. I'm really digging these tires, but if you saw in the other video, the tires are shot. So I figured this is a perfect time to go wreck the tires some more because we're getting new ones. Honestly, I'm getting kind of tired doing it this way. It's probably quicker just to disconnect the battery, take the airbag out, and take the wheel off, and then we're going to have full access to this in the back. Well, I might have to take the clock spring out too, but no big deal. If this happens again, we're just doing that. This is the Ghetto fix. So, woo! See, it wasn't even working over there. See, I still got dead spots. Alright, problem 2. This little contact on the turn signal switch might be either worn down or this ring is warped. When I turn it, it actually goes in and out, and I'm losing contact in a couple spots. Like right now, you see it goes in and it goes out if I focus on it. So you see it, this whole little ring right there is moving. It goes in and out. So that's another issue. Maybe I'll try bending this ring. This thing's warped, or the switch is worn out, that little brass piece. Hear it? This is another thing, you know, you leave your windows down, the sun just bakes on this column over here, it just warps everything. You know, I don't know if this horn ring is replaceable because it is warped. I don't know if I could straighten it. I'm not putting a bunch of heat down here either. But if I bend it just the slightest bit like this, whoops, god damn it, someone's gonna go bitch. Oh, it's so honking a horn. But if I put that over there and I honk it, it works fine. I was gonna disconnect the horns, but the driver's side's a pain in the ass to get at too. That sucks. So this problem is gonna be here for a while. That explains why you turn the wheel a little bit. It works because it's a different whatever. It's a different bend to the thing. See, if I put it just like that, it will work, but there's a slight air gap. That's what's causing it to lose contact. Alright, kind of rig fix. I loosened this whole turn signal thing and I moved it forward a little bit, but I can't get to the bottom bolt without moving the wheel. But if I take this bolt off, if I had a freaking ball socket T25, I can get on it, but you can't get on it. I can put a little washer underneath there and just space it, and it fixes it. 'Cause even with this, I moved it up. It works like 90% of the time now. Oh, cool. Look, he's walking backwards. Leahy just came around. Leahy on the trailer park, boys. You know Leahy on the trailer park, boys? They think they own the park, but the dude really died in real life. You have that in condo land. They think they own condo land. I'm probably getting watched because I'm honking the horn. Alright, this place blows ass. And I don't know, turn single switch, but these are a lot of money. Or I can see if I can get one of those rings. But that could be worn, that little contact. So I'm not going to say that the horn contacts weren't the problem, because it was, because I had nothing before. And then I only had it for half the thing, and then it kind of works. So in this particular case, definitely a two-part problem. But I'm just still trying to bend this up a little bit. The air gap's better. We're going to start it up and turn the wheels again and then put it back together. This cylinder sucks, this thing. See right there. Nope. Really straight. Where was the originating problem? Alright, I think it's better. Alright, so that's that. I might have to get a switch, because I think that brass piece is worn. That or maybe a horn ring too. I don't know if that part's replaceable, that little black piece. I think it's not part of the clock spring. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I was gonna change that boot, but I can't even find it in my hoard. And this is gonna probably have to come apart again. So I'm really not worrying about it. This is probably gonna fail again. You see it moves? Horn ring, I don't know if it's warped. Or again, that brass piece just wore out. This one, years and years and years of turning. But I know if I can get this screw out, I can move this whole thing forward. And it probably will take up that little bit. Yeah, I can round out this whole little tiny bit, put a washer behind here, and the whole thing is just gonna go rig fix on a rig truck. So again, all the other bozos on the internet playing with these horn contacts, not necessarily gonna work. You should really check this. Again, look at the corrosion that came out. And again, check the fitment. Make sure that's not warped when you spin it. This little disc over here. Used to be this key guy. Used to cut the keys when I used to hold the repos. They probably reported me. They shut the garage door. So he used to always take these column covers off to change the cylinder and shit. And I was like, how'd you do that? Oh, it's very easy. It is. It is very easy. The first time I did it, I just had a really hard time. But I flipped the boot around. You see, you got a ripped boot. I do have a new one. Just flip it over. Doesn't look as bad. And then the ripped part's all on the bottom. You don't see it as much. I do have a brand new one in the hoard, but next time I'm probably gonna be taking this apart again. And I could like paint this too, make this all nice. But I think it's pointless, man. Again, if they like disappeared for a while, like for one on vacation, this thing could be all fixed up. That's probably funk too over there. Look at that. It's probably like dirt or melt. I don't know how they do it. You gotta be shitting me. Dog's barking. So I don't know, horn ring. Or I could try a new turn signal switch. Or I could take a turn signal switch off and just try to build up that end. I don't know. Even this is all fucked up. The lights are all out on here. It's all worn out from this aggressive use. The button's cracked, the AC one in the corner. I need a new faceplate. Radio, I hate that shit. I never do that to my car. You know what I do with the climate controls? I set it and I forget it. Like literally the AC gets turned off on my truck maybe like twice a year. Or when I'm testing something. If not, you just leave it on, same fan speed. Turns on when the key's on. I do nothing. Because every time you click the button, another time, and you just wear the shit out. Set it and forget it. Like in the winter time, it used to be set to full heat, turn it on, speed was the same, truck got warm, turned off the heat. I didn't like it too hot in there. But I never fuck around with the settings and Some people do. Seen that a lot on used cars. I don't do that shit. That's crazy. And you wear everything out. Alright. So, let's try that. The airbag actually comes out further with the new horn contacts. The old ones were pretty... It was like the spring was gone. This is pretty good. It's like, feels like a new horn. So I wouldn't say that $12 was a total waste. But definitely we need a ring or a switch. That little brass thing, and it will fix it. So that's my video. I'm sweating my ass off. Gotta clean up the hamster mess over here and put it back together. It needs like so many other things. We got a massive oil leak, either from the oil pan or the rear plate. It's still ticking, but I think it might be the O-ring on the oil pickup tube. So really the oil pan has to come down. The four-wheel drive shit has to be dropped, and it's a nightmare job in condo land. Not bad on a lift. On a lift, I would do it. Probably take me about an hour to get it apart. Maybe less. Probably half an hour to get it apart. Hour with the oil pan out. Maybe another half an hour ticking with it. And yeah, easy job. Hour and a half maybe. On a lift. Hauling ass. Not caring about the little things like I do. And then, that's why I never be a mechanic again. I just want to detail everything like a maniac. Doesn't work out. I want to be a restoration guy. Just cleaning the hamster mess. That's where the truck was made. And you know, this thing was probably bought 12 years ago, I think in May. I think it was. And if I never did what I did, it would have been in a junkyard probably about 5 years ago. With 90,000 miles. Look at that. Worn even over there. Oh, I gotta get on my loudspeaker later too. And yell. Kinda like when I'm honking the horn. Like every 2 seconds. I gotta go yell. We're getting new tires! See, look at that shit. I didn't do that. We're getting new tires! So these people around here can flatten their ones. These been patched like at least every tire at least been twice. And I had it on my truck. I had one patch twice, and then one that's patched once. So I don't know what goes on here. People put shit on your tires. I swear, I've never had this problem before. They probably do it because they don't like what I'm doing right now. They go, payback! I don't like what you're doing. I'm fucking sick in this place. All right. Something this is not going on. I'm missing something, a clip. Something wrong. Something wrong. I don't know, we'll figure it out. And then like in a day they'll say something else is wrong with it and I did it and they, oh yeah, you did that. You broke it. No, it wasn't me. If you want my level of service, believe me, the shit's not gonna break again. Believe me. I do pretty good work. I'm not just hyping myself up. Nope, anyone who's seen my shit, very impressed. Oh, there's 2 holes over here. 2 holes. So I'm in the wrong hole. I was in the butthole and it wouldn't go in. Now it will. Alright, that's that. Yeah. This truck is trashed, but it could be worse. Dented. Like everywhere you look, there's something going wrong with it. It's really sad. Kind of upsets me in some ways. I'll hear that too. All you care about is your tools. Your tools. The tools fucking fix shit. The tools came in handy. I never had no electric. What's that? You know, these things go bad too. The whole pedal. Throttle positioning sensors on there. And then you have the motor on the throttle body, and then you get a what is it? A low something warning. Low, what is it? No, something with the power. I don't know. I can't think of it offhand. I really don't care. But like, it goes into limp mode and it has like no power. Whoa, dude! Even these gauges are dusty. Look at that shit. You see, they leave the freaking windows open. You leave the windows open, your vehicle gets fucking trashed. You might as well just cut the roof off the car. Seriously, that's my recommendation from Ghetto Wagon. Close your windows when you park your vehicle and run the air conditioner. when it's really, really humid. Or else, this thing is gonna get wrecked. Your vehicle will get destroyed. Seriously. Alright, that's all back together. Looks like it hasn't been jacked with. We've still got to change this thing. The, whatever. This thing. A lot of stuff. These even got corroded too. They leave the windows open. The socket was all rusted. I don't know. See how that pops out now though? Didn't pop out like that before with the new contacts. And it actually fits tighter on the top. It actually was out further on the top, which is kind of strange. Now it's sucked in more. And then when you leave the windows down on these things, these controls get wet and there's circuit boards underneath here. And then you need this whole thing. The part's like 150 bucks. It's a whole module. It controls your door locks, all this shit, your seat heaters. It's all in one because that's just a jumper into there. And then you need to get it reprogrammed. It won't work. And you need like a Tech 2. So, you know, when that goes bad, you have to find someone with a Tech 2 or go to a dealer, or I'm going to have to buy a Tech 2 and someone else will be paying for it. Maybe I will. Disgusting. We need a seatbelt too. Those are probably discontinued as well. And your tractor is getting all shitty and it's ripping. Gross. These things, not tech tip of the day, lubricate these things and it will pop out. Mine and my truck, it used to, I thought it was breaking. All you have to do is shoot a little oil in there, and it's been like 2 years now. The thing just shoots right out. So that's another tech tip.